that you, Mrs. Mann?
Yes, sir.
Mr. and Mrs. Bashford are upstairs. Don't call them.
Very well, sir.
The door's locked. Open it, please.
Good gracious, Mrs. Manders. You're not troubled by burglars in these parts, are you, for sure? I mean, if there's any place in the whole world that should be burglar-proof. Oh,
Mrs. Smallwood, is it?
yes.
Major Hillgrove, ma'am, a friend of Mr. and Mrs. Bashford's.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
A friend and neighbor. Your son and his wife were kind enough to invite me to meet you and Mr. Smallwood here this afternoon.
Don't get up. I'm delighted, I'm sure. My husband, a friend of Oliver's, asked to see us.
How do you do, sir?
How are you, Mrs. Smallwood?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
My husband has been most put out this afternoon, Major.
Exceedingly.
Oh, I don't say he's not to blame. I don't say that for one moment. Whenever Mr. Smallwood is to blame, I never hesitate to tell him so. Ever since he drove down unassisted a month ago, he has developed a regular craze for driving himself. Our chauffeur, well, his job has become a regular free ride. And today, Colonel, today we have killed the dog. Oh yes, with tragic suddenness, a black terrier.
Poor beast.
That animal bore only the remotest resemblance to a terrier of any description. As grieved as I am to have caused pain to the owners, the town of Godalming is far richer for the loss of such a mongrel.
Apparently, the residents weren't of that opinion. The ferociousness they displayed towards us was most terrifying.
Bolshevism, Bolshevism, utter Bolshevism.
But there, I have been destined all my life to be involved with bloodshed in one form or another. My first husband, Cyril, veritable Nimrod, he once shot a boy. Peppered, I believe this, that correct?
Yes, Pepper.
He once peppered a boy in the covers of Kittringham Abbey. Peacock. Ernest Peacock was his name. Oh, what a memory I have. Well, luckily the wounds were not very extreme, and we used our influence afterwards to procure a trade for him in which purple indentations of the face are of no hindrance to further advancement. But has the boy ever shown any signs of appreciation? On the contrary, Colonel, on the contrary. What? Mr. and Mrs. Purcellus, isn't it?
Yes, Chrysalis.
Purcellus.
How are you, madam?
Pleasure to see you again. Major Hillgrove, too.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How do you do, Major Hillgrove?
Rector.
Excuse me. You haven't dragged your wife all the way down from Fiddlehurst today on foot.
No, and Worthy Soul gave us a lift as far as the crossroads.
So I should hope.
But this is positively her last appearance for the present.
He makes you sound as if you're one of those popular vocalists. Come along, dear lady. I'll find you a comfortable place to sit. You must be exhausted. Chair for you. There, dear lady.
We were under the impression, the distinct impression that this was to be purely a
Family affair?
Yes, strictly a family affair.
But I suppose this...
Oh, dear Charles.
My good friends, if our presence here is in the least inopportune,
No,
no.
we are ready to make our departure immediately, eh, Jenny?
Yes,
that's it. Find a chair, Rector.
No, I'm sure I can make it back to the village.
Oh, heavens above.
Oh, no, I could do it in a leap.
How easy it is to be misunderstood. I was about to reply that perhaps this would have less constraint in this cheery little gathering.
Precisely, precisely.
That is exactly what was in your son's mind, Mrs. Spaulding. His and Mrs. Bashford's when they invited me and Mr. and Mrs. Corsellis to meet you this afternoon.
Precisely.
If Oliver had been here to receive us,
Or-
as is his duty,
Yes, or the young person he has married.
or the young person he has married, if I had been here to receive us,
And to explain,
and to explain either none of this would have happened. Oh, but so like Oliver.
where is he?
And if it comes to that, so like Cyril.
Where is he?
Cyril?
No.
No, Oliver.
With all his fine qualities, Cyril was woefully neglectful of his social niceties.
Your son is upstairs, Mrs. Smallwood,
Upstairs,
with Mrs. Bashford. They're waiting for me to summon them.
waiting for you.
Extraordinary.
They delegated me to prepare you for a surprise, a great surprise, if you'd be patient with me for a minute or two.
Surprise.
Surprise, sir.
Yes. Mrs. Smallwood, am I right in thinking that on the night before his marriage, your son wrote to you to let you know the important step he was to take?
Wrote to me.
Yes.
The bombshell fell upon us when we started out to dine with the Ecclestons, the Gordon Ecclestons, Eaton Terrace. How I got through that dinner is a blank. What Mr. Capshaw thought of me, well, he's a magistrate, most intelligent man. What he thought of me, I cannot conceive.
We are interrupting you, sir. Violence?
Surprise.
Don't be alarmed, an agreeable one.
You don't mean she has money. The girl.
Of course not. You guys barely enough to scrape along with any sense of decency.
No.
But her disposition,
Perhaps,
her charitable disposition is beyond any value of rubies.
perhaps we better get going. Perhaps we can get going.
Dear. Well, you know, my son has thrown himself away from her, tossed his virtues to the winds. Don't try to convince me he's done otherwise. I don't buy into that.
An agreeable surprise, sir.
Agreeable. No money and no looks to boast of. I can quote the letter, word for word from Oliver. Darling mother. Oh, I forget how it went. This, that she has no looks to boast of. And when a man does that,
Stop. That brings us to the point, Mrs. Smallwood.
the quicker they get married.
Hush.
When your son, in his letter to you, described Miss Pennington as a plain young woman, he was strictly within the truth. In feature and physique, Miss Pennington was a plain young woman.
Was.
This was the course of events. After a simple but beautiful wedding ceremony, your son and his bride had lunch at the rectory with our friends here. That is so, Mrs. Corsellis?
Oh, yes, cutlets and humble gooseberry tart.
Pardon?
But I remember the children.
Oh, the children ask so many inconvenient questions, George and Barbara. Oh.
When my children were of that tender age,
They then went for a drive in a motor car that Bashford rented for the occasion. And shortly before dinner, as I gather, they returned home and he brought his bride to this cottage.
Oh, like an agricultural laborer.
Well,
Now, please pay close attention. Picture this. Bashford and his wife are about to enter the cottage through that door. He, the shattered, wry-necked half-cripple of a man the war sent back home. And she, a sad, timid little thing, whose only attraction was her amiable manner. You got that?
Really, I
Oh,
never.
may I ask, sir, without offense, just what it is you are driving at?
As soon as they crossed the threshold, the change began. The change began. It didn't happen all at once. It wasn't instantaneous. But the transformation occurred in a gradual way. They both agree that it occurred in stages.
Change?
Change.
And it's doubtful that the transformation has even been completed. Mr. and Mrs. Smallwood, Rector, Mrs. Chrysalis, do you believe in miracles? Modern miracles. Miracles that can happen to you, to me. Miracles that can relieve misfortune, retrieve disaster, that can alter the very current of our lives, that can heal the sick, make the lame walk, and the blind see. If not, if you don't, then you are in for an awakening. For your son and his wife have been touched by a power not of this earth, that have been gloriously, wonderfully transformed.
Transformed?
Transformed.
Transform?
You are mystifying us, Major,
Oh, Grove.
I charge you with mystifying us, sir.
Shamefully.
Transformed? The pair of them?
The pair of them.
Yes, Mrs. Smallwood, your son is no longer the withered character of himself. They sent back to you from France. When you see him, you will see the straight and listen chap who waved goodbye to you at the end of his last leave. He will be as handsome as ever and full of activity and vigor.
And his wife, sir?
My daughter-in-law.
A beautiful creature. A beautiful creature with health and strength written in the warm blooms of her cheek. The color of a ripe cherry, her husband likens it to. And in the shapiness of her form. With music in every breath she takes and in every movement of her body. Such an example like this of...
Oh, bother. Hold up, dear lady. If anyone gives way, it ought to be me. Bigger.
Jenny, not here, Jenny. Wait, not here.
Don't be daft, old man. A bag, thank you. Smelling salts. Oh, are they...
Collect yourself, man. Collect yourself, I beg. My stepson and his wife are upstairs, sir?
We are to ring the bell in the hallway when they are to come down. But strike it hard. They shut themselves in.
What?
How do you feel?
I'm fine, just a momentary faintness, nothing more.
Madam, if you prefer to retire, of course I would recommend, you surely...
Oh, no, really, it really just was a momentary nothing, I'm fine. Charles.
Shall I